Hi everyone, welcome to our afternoon tea chat. I'm Evelyn, a high school student really interested in the future of biotechnology. Today we're talking about resilience during times of adversity. I think resilience is super important because it helps us bounce back from challenges and grow stronger. Let's dive into it. Mom, can you explain a bit more about resilience and how it plays out in real life?
Absolutely, Evelyn. Resilience is about adapting to difficult situations and bouncing back from them. It's not just about surviving adversity, but learning from it and growing stronger. For example, when I started my own web design business, I faced a lot of initial setbacks, like struggling to find clients and managing finances. But I kept learning and adapting, which helped me build a successful career. Does that make sense?
Yes, Mom, it does, but how do people actually build resilience?
Evelyn, resilience often comes from facing and overcoming smaller challenges. Each success builds your confidence and ability to handle bigger difficulties. I saw this when I was teaching. Students who faced and overcame smaller academic challenges were better prepared for more significant ones.
People build resilience through their experiences. It's about how they respond to stress and challenges. Staying positive, seeking support, and being adaptable are key. For instance, when you practice problem solving with your biotech projects, you're building resilience by finding creative solutions to challenges.
I think resilience is important because it helps people overcome personal challenges and is crucial for communities recovering from disasters. Mom, do you agree?
I do, Evelyn. Resilience is essential not just on a personal level, but for families and communities as well. It allows us to recover from crises and helps communities rebuild stronger. For instance, after natural disasters like hurricanes, resilient communities work together to rebuild, which strengthens their bonds and their ability to face future challenges.
Speaking of personal experiences, I remember a time when I struggled with a difficult science project. I felt overwhelmed, but I kept trying different approaches until I figured it out. It was frustrating, but I learned a lot about problem solving and perseverance. Mom, what about you? Any personal stories about resilience?
Sure, Evelyn. When I first moved out and started college, I had a tough time balancing studies and part-time jobs. I remember one semester where I almost failed a course. It was a wake-up call, and I had to figure out how to manage my time better and ask for help when I needed it. It taught me to be resourceful and persistent. But I wonder what it was like for you, Mom, when you were my age. How did you handle tough times?
Oh, Maya, back in my day, we didn't have as many resources at our disposal. Growing up in the 1970s, I had to manage a lot on my own. When I started my career in social work, I remember during the economic downturn in the early 1980s, it was hard finding a stable job. I had to be really persistent, taking temporary positions and volunteering until I finally secured a full-time role. What about you, Mom? How did you build resilience in your time?
Well, Sarah, during the 1940s, life was quite different. I was just a child during World War II, and everyone had to be resilient. We dealt with rationing, and my parents had to be very resourceful. Later, when I started teaching in the 1960s, I faced challenges like large class sizes and limited resources. I remember improvising teaching materials and developing creative ways to engage my students. Compared to today, we had fewer conveniences, but developed strong problem-solving skills out of necessity. If we had the technology back then that you all have now, it would have been a game changer. Imagine having online resources or digital tools in the classroom during the 1960s. It would have made managing large classes and engaging students much easier.
Exactly, Mom. I think about how project management software or digital databases could have streamlined my work in the early days of my career. It would have saved so much time and effort, making it easier to focus on helping people rather than dealing with paperwork.
Mom, Grandma, it's incredible to hear how you adapted with what you had. Today, we rely so much on digital tools for everything from project management to personal finance. But you imagine how having these tools back then might have changed your approaches.
Oh, absolutely, Maya. Having those tools would have allowed us to be more efficient and maybe even reach out to more people in social work. It would have saved so much time and effort, making it easier to focus on helping people rather than dealing with paperwork.
And Grandma, how do you feel about the emphasis on technology today compared to the past?
It's fascinating, Maya. While I appreciate the convenience, I sometimes worry that people might become too dependent on technology and lose some problem-solving skill. But it's a balance, really. The key is to use technology to enhance, not replace, our abilities.
So true, great-grandma. We have so many apps and tools now, but it's important to keep those core skills alive. So, what do we think are the pros and cons of resilience in today's context? I think technology helps us find information and solutions quickly, but it might also make us less patient.
I agree, Evelyn. The advantage is that technology provides quick access to resources and support networks, which can boost resilience. The downside is that it might lead to a lack of deeper problem-solving skills because people often look for quick fixes.
I think resilience today can be bolstered by global connections. We can learn from others worldwide and apply those lessons locally. However, the rapid pace of change can also be overwhelming, making it harder for some to adapt.
From my perspective, resilience in the past relied heavily on community and interpersonal relationships. We had to support each other directly. Today, while technology offers great support, it sometimes feels less personal. But I think combining both approaches can offer the best of both worlds.
How can we balance these aspects better then?
Encouraging a blend of technology with traditional problem-solving methods can help. For example, using digital tools to plan, but also fostering in-person support networks and teaching practical skills.
And we should continue promoting adaptability and learning from challenges, rather than just seeking immediate solutions. In summary, we've discussed how resilience is crucial in overcoming adversity and adapting to change. Great-grandma emphasized the resourcefulness of the past. Grandma highlighted the importance of community support. Mom talked about learning from challenges, and I think technology should enhance, not replace, our resilience. Thanks everyone for sharing your experiences and insights. Thanks for joining our discussion today. We hope you found it inspiring and informative. Remember to stay resilient and use challenges as opportunities to grow. See you next time.